Hello everyone. Today I'll take just a few minutes of your time and I'll begin by introducing you to Kimber Silver, whom I know from Twitter. She is a voracious reader, writer, and Whovian, a lover of all things magical. Life is short, eat the cake, buy the shoes, take the trip. Her website is at kimbersilver.com. So, as I mentioned, that I know Kimber Silver from Chance Encounter on Twitter, and you'll be able to take a look at her pinned tweet that is Shatter the Illusion. And she's a short story writer. You can read her short stories at the mentioned website, kimbersilver.com. I left her a response. Hi, just finished reading this beautifully written short story. I was wondering if I have your permission to read it and post it as a video on my YouTube channel. All credit would obviously be rightly given to you and will link back here. And the short story that I'm referring to is from November 21, 2021, Serendipità. So I haven't yet received her permission, but just in case I do, I am going to make this recording of the whole story, read in my voice, posted to my YouTube channel, but in the description for this video you will find the link to her website where you will find this beautifully written short story. I just finished reading it a few minutes ago, and hopefully I will have her permission. If I don't, then I will not be posting this video to YouTube. But if I do, you will know it because you will be seeing it on YouTube. So let's begin the reading here. Serendipità, November 21, 2021, short story. Snowflakes dissolve on my skin as I weave my way around small clusters of revelers, following the narrow path between limestone and stucco buildings that hug a cobblestone street. I should be close to my hotel, according to directions given by an over-enthusiastic cabbie, who dropped me off, then sped away, using his horn to voice displeasure at the tourists dawdling in his path. It's nearly midnight on Christmas Eve in a foreign country, and that red-eye flight seems even more of a mistake with each slushy step. I jerk on the small suitcase that rattles behind me, struggling to keep it upright. The delectable aroma of roasting meat wafts from a nearby apartment, waking my unfed stomach and prompting me to dig into my shoulder bag for the protein bar I purchased at the airport before leaving the States. Almost without warning, the alleyway opens up and ethereal light draws my gaze to an impressive six-pack sculpted in Italian marble. A billowing cape, captured in perpetuity, swirls around the central figure who stands upon a seashell chariot drawn by two winged steeds, one wild and one docile. Their conflicting demeanors mirror my own internal struggle. Very few individuals are milling about, but people tend to be with the ones they love on the eve of a significant holiday. Brushing snow from a bench, I take a seat and study the Trevi Fountain. Entirely besotted, I can't hold back a smile, confident that Oceanus' heart would burst with pride to witness this rendering of himself in smooth Carrara marble. I never imagined that I, an ordinary American woman, would ever see this wonder in person. The last-minute decision to book a 15-hour journey from Kansas to Rome was an insane move, but being dumped before Christmas by my longtime beau had left me without a plan, and so I allowed myself to be led by my emotions, motivated by a Google advert that had promised to solve my problem with a few clicks of a mouse. Now, bathed in the glow of such a glorious work of art, I feel that this has the makings of a grand holiday, despite its traumatic beginning. I remove €3 from my clutch, stand, then turn my back to the fountain, just as I had been instructed during the harrowing cab ride from the airport. Frowning, I try to recall the order of things, coin in my right hand and toss it over my left shoulder. Or was it the other way around? Through the softly falling snow, I send up a wish, close my eyes, and let the first coin fly. If I do this wrong, will Hades drag me kicking and screaming to the underworld? The thought makes me giggle as I toss the second coin with gusto. Buon Natal! The rich baritone issuing a Christmas greeting startles me, and my eyelids flap open like a roller shade someone had released too quickly. Ooh! I squeak as my feet slip on the wet pavement. The stone rim surrounding the fountain nails me in the back of the legs, throwing me further off balance. Oh no! I yelp as gravity takes hold. The stranger quickly grasps me by the elbows, bringing my free fall to a sudden halt, and I find myself staring into olive green eyes as the third coin slips from fingers that now dangle limply over my shoulder. The resounding plop, only inches from my head, illustrates just how closely I've come to a frigid dip in the fountain. The unbelievably large male returns me to a standing position, his lush sapphire cape wrapping up both in a cocoon of silk. Wind-tousled locks of auburn hair bring to mind someone who has recently departed the deck of a ship as his velvet voice caresses the air. I can't understand a word he's saying, but I don't want him to stop speaking. His mellow tones are a salve to my wounded heart. The Greek god releases my arms and brushes the backs of his fingers over my cheeks. Liquid heat shadows his touch. Do you understand me now? Slack-jawed, I nod, unable to utter a sound. There on the corner, beautiful. The Titan raises a perfectly sculptured arm. Go. My eye follows his direction to an intimate trattoria. I note the cheery light from within spills out onto freshly fallen snow, and then I search my savior's face, still scrambling to get a grip on the situation. I don't. He places fingertips against my lips to quiet me. The one you wished for. He waits for you. Oceanus places an open hand just below his pursed lips and blows gently into the restaurant's direction. A sudden gust of wind whips open the door to the cafe, and a svelte gentleman walks out onto a rectangle of light in the snow, looking this way and that before his search centers on me. A half-cocked grin tugs at his full lips as he hesitantly raises a hand in greeting. I return the gesture, and an overwhelming feeling of familiarity settles into my soul. The proprietor steps back into the interior, beckoning me to cross the square with the tip of his head. Snowflakes dance in the frosty air as I turn my gaze to the father of the river gods, who has since returned to his alcove. Buon Natal, I whisper, before taking my first shaky steps toward this new destiny, a Christmas gift from the ancients. Isn't that beautifully written? Absolutely mesmerizing short story, Serendipità, by Kimber Silver, the author that I know from Twitter. It's the first time that I'm reading a short story by her. And as I mentioned, if I will have her permission, then you will be listening to this on YouTube from my channel. And in the description, you will have the link to this short story, which is on her website. Thank you very much for your time and your attention. I wish you well. Take care and goodbye. And thank you, Kimber Silver, for this short story and the permission in case you decide to give it. Thank you and goodbye.